I'm Jordan Tannahill, and I'm the playwright of Botticelli in the Fire and Sunday in Sodom. So the double bill takes these two sort of extant stories, one a historic narrative and one a sort of mythic narrative from the three books of the Abrahamic faith. The first narrative, the historic one, is centers around the bonfire of the vanities, in which Botticelli burned a number of his paintings on the bonfire of the vanities. And art historians have explained this act as Botticelli having a kind of late life religious conversion. So after being a kind of catalyst for the Renaissance and painting a number of great pagan themes sort of living a very Epicurean kind of lifestyle and philosophy, he seems to have a sort of late life conversion, and in a sort of fit of piety burns a number of his lost masterpieces on the bonfire of vanities. And the play sort of posits a different scenario, one that is more about a queer man surviving in a time of political upheaval. And Sunday in Sodom is based on the story of Lot's wife and the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. I grew up in a very Christian household. I read the Bible every night, like with my father, as like a bedtime story. That narrative really got under my skin at a very young age, and I would have dreams about it, nightmares about it. I would imagine my own mother as Lot's wife, and she's not named in the Bible or in the Quran. In fact, not even in the Torah, although in the Midrash, which is a sort of accompanying ancient Jewish text, her name is Edith, which is sort of translated by contemporary historians as Edith, I guess, is sort of the derivation of that contemporary English name. So in this piece, she's Edith, and she tells her own story. I'm definitely interested in kind of alternate histories, the histories that aren't told, be they from a sort of feminist perspective. The voice of women is pretty much non-existent within the Bible, certainly, and also re-examining history from a queer lens. So what are the narratives that have been buried through time and silenced? I'm interested in sort of excavating those or queering existing narratives. For me, queerness is about taking a kind of sense of power and ownership over being on the periphery. It's a joyous, kind of radical space in which to dismantle and question the status quo. I'm really interested in the ways in which very old stories can play upon the contemporary condition, and I hope these plays in some ways are mirrors held up to our present.